Hello everyone, and welcome to our European debut. Today we have two games in the Europa Conference League, and this is our group. We have Ghent, Molde or Mold FK. I don't correctly know how to pronounce them, which I think they are a Scandinavian type team, and then Ugoren IF is the team we're playing here in the first match, who are a Swedish club, as far as I know. So, yes, we have a big game here to start off with, our first European match ever in our career, and I think Shamrock Rovers was a good testing ground for us, and I think it'll be an enjoyable European night experience to get us tested and ready, and see eventually if we do end up leaving Shamrock Rovers, where we end up going, and get us more experience within this type of environment. But unfortunately, we go down 1-0 very early on, and they start antagonizing our fans as well by turning the camera around, and they end up celebrating right in front of our fans. And I would say overall, it wasn't our experience for our first European night was very, as you see by that challenge, and we get slightly bruised up and injured. It wasn't the best. The entirety of the match, we ended up carrying an injury from the 30th minute. And after this match, you'll see what the injury was. But here, we're carrying the ball well. The game is very different because I honestly can say that there's a distinct difference between Ugoren's IF and any of the Shamrock, like any of the teams who play in the Electricity League. The Irish teams are a lot weaker, which you'd expect, compared to a team that is top of their league in their respective country. And here was a golden opportunity for us to get a goal back, but just my left-footed crosses just aren't the best, and it just goes off target. So besides that, we ended up doing pretty decent in the second half. We made up for it a little bit, getting forward more, pushing a lot forward. I think Stephen Bradley, our manager, went for a very defensive approach, and we ended up getting subbed out, and I will say we ended up losing that game 1-0. And then after that game, it ends up being found that we have just a bruised elbow, and we're just out for 5 days. So in between there, we had UC Dublin AFC. We ended up tying them 3-3, which is just a terrible result from my perspective on our team. So I would say these two games have been a poor patch of form, but we play Shelbourne, so hopefully we can get it back together. Again, we come back right after the injury, and we get a quick early goal with Burke, and then here I get fouled, and I end up drawing the yellow card onto their player. In real life, I wouldn't be arguing or anywhere near the referee in that situation, but FIFA has preset animations, and it is what it is. But their big number 9 has 3 of us on him, and none of us jump. It doesn't even let me jump. I try jumping, and it doesn't let me, and ends up being 2-1 to them quickly on the bounce, but it goes back to 2-2. And this was a very back and forth game, as you can tell. Very cliche, but very back and forth. In the 86th minute, they just tear through our defense. I was pushing forward to try to help us get the win. We don't give enough cover on the back. They go right through our defense, make it 3-2. And then we get subbed off again in the 80th minute, and we end up losing 3-2. So a loss, a draw, and then a loss. Just really poor state of affairs for us so far. So hopefully we can change it around here. We're now playing Molde FK in the Conference League, another team that we're trying to pick up points. We just need to get through the league and get through the group stage and get to that knockout stage. That's all we're trying to shoot for. And hopefully the jitters, especially for me not playing a high tier team for the first time, get out. But unfortunately, we get scored on first again. He just shreds through our right center back and our center back, and that ends up being the final and only move for the entirety of the match. We didn't have any personal highlights within that match either. And it was just so difficult and frustrating, especially after coming back for our injury and having to get back into the team. Only being gone a couple of days, but unfortunately just not able to be impactful this stretch of 4 to 5 matches and even the screen is glitching out because it doesn't have anything good to say apparently. So then we ended up being a sub in the Jorheta match. The coach decides to change up a little bit, so we get subbed in at left center back, making some good headers, by the way, and some good defensive approach, just sitting in our formation. I was holding left bumper or L1 because I can't see my player the entirety of the time when he's playing center back, so I just held it there and kept on the action so we could see majority of what's happening. And we did really well, and this was my favorite part of the match. We ended up getting in front of the man, clearing it with our head, getting underneath the header. And it was a great header. And we ended up winning that match 2-0. 1-0 when we came in, 2-0 I think when we finished it. And then we actually get called up in the national team again. This first game, we come in against Mexico, and we end up playing left center back and a 2-back. So being very versatile, just the way I want to. DK gets on the ball here, and he scores it for us to be at Mexico, in Mexico, on one of their home stadiums. And we end up winning the game 1-0 at Mexico. So brilliant result there against our rival in CONCACAF. And then here, in the second game, I actually get subbed in at left wing. So it's a very big change to go from left center back to left wing. But we do pretty well, and I would say this was our best performance in United States men's national team shirt so far. Like, there's a brilliant cutback cross, just it didn't really go where I wanted. I wanted to go more DK that position, but here, just using our pace, we have about 83 pace, so using it to our best of our abilities. Cuts back here, then plays a cross in, and brilliant headers just deflected off. So great moves here. And then we get through here. I thought I was going to be able to get around him. Our pace is a little too slow. And we still get a good save out of Ochoa. I thought there may be a 50-50 header for me, but Ochoa gets it. And then Rodriguez ends up scoring at the goal to make it 2-0 to Mexico, and we lose the game. So we split those sets of games, and I think in the friendlies we played so far, we played Canada, Mexico, Mexico, Mexico. So pretty big games to start for 4 caps for us so far. By the way, that would be all our results for today. So tomorrow, or the next episode, whenever that will be, we will have the next set of results in the the Conference League. I think we'll probably do the majority of those. Those will actually settle to the end. So we should have those, and then we should have what remains of the league. At the moment, we're about 10 points on top after the Shelbourne result. After the Jorheta result. We're still 10 points on top, so still doing okay. I think Bose is the only team that's very close to us. I think they're in second place right now, and I don't even know where Dundalk is in the table. Just haven't been that good this season again. But yeah, so that should be that. I would probably look to possibly in January be looking for a move if possible for us. I think with our overall and the growth we've shown at Shamrock, we've shown that we can be a utility type player as well as a player that is professional in their display. I don't think we've gotten any yellow cards, and defensively we've been one of the better teams in the league, and we've held a lot of clean sheets. I think we only have 4 assists on the season and 2 goals from that wingback position. Not the most prolific, but still not a bad showing. So we'll see what ends up happening. I think it'll be exciting. I think we'll have at least 2 more episodes with us being in a Shamrock kit, as at least. We might end up just staying if we end up going through the Conference League. It's whatever you guys think and whatever ends up happening. But yeah, we'll have at least 1 more episode showing more games, if not another episode of games, and then 1 episode rounding off our first season with Shamrock Rovers and what we've done and accomplished, as well as talking about the team accomplishments too. But thank you guys for watching this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode and what you think of the Conference League and how it will help us, or how, if you even think we'll get through, because at the moment it's looking kind of bleak, but I still have the positivity that if we just get a couple good results, we can make it through, because those games were not that far off. But besides that, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.